Today I'm doing a tutorial on how to make beats using a paper or a piece of paper or a notebook. Now all you need is a writing aid and a piece of paper. You can have any type of piece of paper. You can have a plain paper or a graded mathematical paper. I prefer the graded one because it has all these grid marks, which are ready-made locator marks, and you'll understand as you go. Now I'm gonna take this big ruler and start dividing. So the advantage of having the gridded paper is because you already have the job is already done for you, and all these gridded boxes are all equal size because they're squares and can easily emulate the DAW because all DAWs are the same and they have grid work as well. So I'm going to draw a line here, and because of this holes here, that one I'm gonna use this part as my header, and then I'm gonna draw another line here, and this section I will use it as my instrument section. And then when you look at DAW, each bar has 4 counters. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We draw a line after every 4 counters like this, and you can go all the way. See me, I'm horrible at drawing because I still have a ruler and I still cannot maintain a straight line. So there it is. So you go all the way for 4 boxes in each, 4 boxes to have 4 beats in a bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 beats in a bar, and you draw as many bars as the page can allow. There are other elements in a DAW, but at the moment you're just interested with place you're gonna put your ideas. So let me just draw it all. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, they're equal. So how many bars are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. No, it's 14 bars because this one is for instruments. So let's name them. So we'll start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then I like working, when I'm creating ideas, I like creating in 4 bars. So I create 4 bars going downwards, and then I will go lengthwise later now when I'm trying to structure the song. But all the ideas, I normally just bring my ideas down until now when I feel I'm exhausted. When I've exhausted all my ideas, I'll now copy and paste, and then now I can structure them there once. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put a marker in every four bars. Just put a red pen on it. You don't have to work in 4 bars like me. You can work in what you're comfortable in. Okay, and then I'm gonna take the blue pen and just write a heading here. I say instruments, and then I'm going to divide the tracks. So now we're going to make the tracks. We've made the bars, now we made the tracks. You can make them 1 line each, but I'm going to just do 2 because for visual purposes I'm going to make them thick. You can make them thin, totally up to you. So for these demonstration purposes, I'm just going to make allowance of 5 instruments. You can make many, but at the moment I'm just going to make very simple beat. Okay, so now let's start with a very simple drum beat, and we start with a kick. A kick is the bass drum, the one on the drum kit, the one which is in the bottom, and it's the one which carries the weight of the beat. And then we go with a snare. A snare normally has sounds as an offbeat from the kick, starts giving that rhythm. And then you have hi-hat. A hi-hat is it looks like a cymbal, but there are normally two of them, and what it does, it also carries the beat along. And then maybe we give a shaker. Sorry, let's do a tom, and then let's do a shaker. And then maybe you can come up with another track, and the other track can be of a rhythm instrument. So now you need a chord, rhythm instrument, and maybe let's say a piano. Okay, so for the demonstration purposes, I'm just gonna do up to the shaker. Now, with the kick, you can come up with your own symbol of it. So for me, I like using a big circle, and then I make it dark. And for the snare, I like representing it with a square and make it dark. Don't worry, my square looks weird. And then hi-hat, visually, I like making it with a triangle. And then tom, I'll just make it an oval. You can just come up with your own icons. Shake, I'll just make two circles attached to, it looks like a weight. And a piano, I'll just draw 3 lines, just like that. You don't have to draw the icons, but he makes it look fancy. Now, we're going to make beats from here to here. So just know each box is a beat. So it's do 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 or do do, depending on the tempo. So tempo information is here. So let's try and make a tempo of 120. Do 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 do. So I'm gonna do doom ta doom ta doom ta doom ta. So it do 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 do. So it's, let's try and make the first kick is doom, and then the other one is maybe here doom doom. It's doom doom doom. Okay, doom doom doom. Let's do it that way. So that's it, and then another one there. Yeah. So that's it. So that's our kick. Doom 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 doom. Something of the sort. So when you represent it on the DAW, you'll hear the sound. So the snare, I think I'm gonna do every other box. So I'm gonna do a snare there, a snare there, a snare there, a snare there. Doom ta, doom ta, doom ta, doom ta. You see, it's already we're already having our rhythm. There you go. So it's doom ta, doom ta, doom ta, doom ta, doom ta, doom ta. Okay, and then hi-hat, I'm gonna put it in every beat, so every box. Ta, 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 ta. So following each other. Ta, 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 ta. Doom, ta, 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 ta. Okay, and then we have the tom in every beginning of every bar. So we have one tom in the beginning of every bar. It's doom 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 doom, and then the shaker is in every beat, so continuous. So it's just like it's riding, it's like it's riding through. And piano, you can make up your own melody. So with these ones, which are already visual like this, these are 4 bars, and then you can copy and paste, in blocks, and then you can now starting to structure. Maybe you can decide this is the intro, and then maybe this is a verse, or it's the hook, or rather the chorus, and then maybe I don't know how many bars will decide your hook is, or your first verse. But also another thing you need to remember is when you're moving them here, when you're trying to structure your tracks or your melody, you need to work on the dynamics to make sure there's movement and interest. So maybe on the intro you start with only the kick, or only the snare with the tom, or you'll choose, sonically how you want it. And when you're coming now to the next chunk, maybe here on the transition you can put a fill, or maybe you can make sure these ones don't sound, maybe put a silent here, and then so that you can just give that the tension, so that you can create interest to come to the next bar. Now with the kick, let me just play for you to hear how it sounds. Doom, 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 doom. Okay, and then the kick with the snare, doom da, 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 doom da. Hi-hat is every other beat. Let's include the tom. One tom every bar. Now let's put the shaker in. Listen to that. Can you hear? So it's like a form of a motion. And then maybe you can decide now with the piano. It's totally up to you what rhythm you want to put on the piano. So with that going, you can just come up, even if you don't know how to play piano or any instrument, you can just come up with the rhythm in your mind and voice it over. And maybe you can just write, like, for example, let me just guess something. Tara, tarara, tara, tarara. So this is a loop, you see, and then you make your song, you know. And then going down, you can choose any other. You can make wind instrument, wherever. But if you don't have technology, you should not let anything hold you. You know, you can use a paper, use your brain, and use what you have to make what, you know, to put your ideas down. Even the people who already have technology and all that, it's good sometimes to come out of the box, and you'll be amazed how much creativity you get from coming out of the box and just holding a simple paper and just writing your ideas. You come up with, sometimes you surprise yourself how much creativity comes out of you know, lack of accessibility of all these tools you have there. You get to have a moment where you're just using your mind and your creativity, and your brain is working harder to, you know, you're very personal here. You're very personal here. And also, it's also an element of surprise when you create these patterns and then you put them in the DAW. You'll be surprised, you know, what rhythm comes out of there. So I hope this is helpful. Let's turn now to the DAW and just see the patterns when they come to life. This is a photocopy of what we've done on the paper, like I was telling you. So after you finish putting your ideas on the grid paper, you can now come to your DAW. Any DAW, they are all very similar. And to start with, if I can just show you what I was talking about in regards to the grid, you can see there are 4 counts, you know, in each bar. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So each bar has 4 counts, and then I'm using 4 bars. That's what I prefer. You can decide to use even 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's totally up to you. So I've already done my kick. And I've already put the icon of the kick. And then snare, you can put any icon as well. It doesn't mean just because it's a DAW you have to adhere to the icons which are there. You can custom make, you know, your own icons and put them there. So this is the kick, that the pattern that we did on the paper. So I'm gonna zoom it in and you have a look. So this is what we did, and I'm gonna play that kick, and then you can hear. Dang, dang, Okay, and then now when you put them together with the snare, so this is the snare. The snare that we did is this. So when you play them together, the kick and the snare, this is how they sound. Boom, tuff, boom, tuff, boom, tuff, boom, tuff. And then now we put in the hi-hat, and you see the hi-hat was after every count, you know, after every count. So in each bar you have 2 hi-hats. So there it is, a hat together with a kick and the snare. So the hi-hat is carrying the melody, and that's what hi-hat does. You don't have to follow this pattern. Each song has different pattern. You have different gears. You don't have to follow any rule. It's what you feel. Then got the tom. And then I can put the shaker now, and you can see the shaker is in every count. You see, so it's the one which actually holds the melody more than a hi-hat. Have a listen. So if I remove the hi-hat, the snare will still hold the rhythm. Okay, let's remove this hi-hat. But the reason why the hi-hat is very dominant is because of the depth of its harmonic profile. So let's put it in. And here, so the shaker just adds the warmth. So that's a very simple beat. It's very easy to listen to. It's very common, you know, drum beat. And then now, after that, like I was saying, you can just build up more instruments. You can put a melodic instrument if you like down there. Maybe you can put maybe a piano or just something. So I can maybe go here and look at the loops, you know. So when it comes to the melody, you can just make up a loop on what's going on in your head. Like I can come up with an idea. Like let's listen to this. Hold on. So if you don't have, you know, you don't have to play the instrument. You can easily just voice record the audio of your melody. So I can change this to an audio instrument and just record what I'm thinking about, and then later I can maybe record that whatever instrument that I want to record. So let's do this. Do 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 do. Yeah, so that's a very simple way of making a very simple beat for practice, and then you can copy it along. So I'm just gonna copy all these ideas along, and then now I can just decide to structure my song. So I might decide that I don't want the kick in the beginning. You can either mute or delete. I don't want the hi-hat. Maybe also don't want the shaker. Let's see how it sounds. So they all don't have to come, you know, on the 5th bar. You can all, you know, gradually, or, you know, you just structure the way you feel like, structure what you want to put on the main chorus. So it's up to you what kind of song you're writing. And also just to mention the speed, the tempo. So this is 120 beats. So if you want to make a sentimental, emotional song, maybe you can do like R&B, you can do maybe 70 beats per minute to around 100 beats per minute. But some songs are sentimental and they have even 400 BPM. So yeah, that's just a basic beat making using a paper, a notebook. So I hope you're gonna be able to start your production career or production practice even if you don't have any technology. So the next video I am going to focus on how to be able to bring up the technology you have to a capacity of being able to, handle the music production software. Even if you have a cheap computer or computer which is very slow, I'll show you how to upgrade it to be able to make music. So nothing should stop you. I think there's always solutions, and I hope this journey will help you. Thank you.